Hello and welcome to my vlog. This is vlog number 25, which means that it's the 26th vlog in my series. This week I'm playing Final Fantasy VIII. I played Final Fantasy VII in my last week's video, and I'm still playing it. I really want to finish that game. It's like my main game that I play on my PC. Been getting distracted with all kinds of gaming stuff. I just got Breath of the Wild for my Switch, and that's been fun, but I'm also like afraid of diving too deep into that game. It's just I know you can get lost in it. And this week I'm playing Final Fantasy VIII because it got picked for New Game Plus, the podcast I listen to that sets up basically which games I usually play throughout the week. Yeah, and so I'm playing Final Fantasy VIII, and I'll be making a lot of comparisons to it. Let me go ahead and turn down the music. I feel like it might be too loud. Yeah, I'll be making a lot of comparisons to Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII, I think, came out in 1997. Final Fantasy VIII came out in 1999, a year before the PlayStation 2 came out, and you can kind of see the difference in graphics. Final Fantasy VII being on the early end, where most of the time you have like a heavily pre-rendered background with a very simple 3D models running around the pre-rendered background. Here, you have a pre-rendered background, but your models kind of fit the detail of the pre-rendered background, so you can see Squall, which is a horrible name, by the way. It makes me think of like Squealing or Squalor, or I don't know. I'm not even reading, but it's a little bit. You can definitely see that it's a little bit different. You have these animations with the models. You have look at the detail. You can't see Squall's face. You can kind of, but it's like just a few pixels. Whereas in Final Fantasy VII, you had like a purple block that moved around. So that's kind of fun doing this. I keep pressing the menu button. I never had that issue with Final Fantasy VII, so I wonder if they changed the button mapping. No, I probably didn't. I'm just being crazy. I am playing on an emulator today. I am probably going to get the PC version in a little bit, but it's kind of interesting just playing this and playing at the same time playing 7 and 8 because I make a lot of direct comparisons. I've also played 13. So here's the thing: I like Final Fantasy, but I'm not a huge Final Fantasy player. The only Final Fantasy game I've ever finished was 4, which is so different from the PlayStation era Final Fantasies, or the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3. I only finished 4. I got halfway through 13, and I have an Xbox 360 sitting right next to my PC that I'm gonna probably dust off as soon as I'm done with 7. I've started 7 and got through the first disc multiple times, and I've already mentioned in my other video that I've had to restart a bunch of times. I've never started 8. It's really interesting. I've started Final Fantasy 1 and 2 and got a certain way through 1. Unfortunately, I don't know if this is a... Oh, okay. I don't know what we're doing. Okay. This whole student thing reminds me of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Had like this really deep, rich story, and like then Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, I think it was the next one, or GT, GX. I just watched it too. It's like the same thing, but it's set in a school setting, so you have constantly the same setting, same characters. I hope that's not what's going on here, where I'm gonna be stuck in a school for like the majority of this game. But it feels like it will be, given this kind of complicated system here. Yeah, like, I'm not a huge fan of that. I want to mention that I like the music here. It's very chill. I don't know. Whenever I hear JRPG music, I immediately think of, like, Studio Ghibli, which is one of my favorite animation studios. I think it's, like, everybody's favorite animation studios. And kind of the really chill music that's in there. I don't care about any of this. I feel like this is way too much explanation. It's like, here's how to use the user interface tutorial. I'm very much at the beginning of this game. Headmaster Sid? I feel like I've heard that name Sid. but I feel like that could also be just an artifact of the fact of just of being a very common name in these kinds of games. Yeah, I bet you there was a Sid in Final Fantasy IV. Yeah, I'm sure there was one. Let's save. I do want to mention that... See, I think triangle was the menu in... I keep pressing triangle... Well, I have a 360 controller, but I keep pressing the triangle. That's not it. Alright, let's save. That was very confusing. I really like the sound effects. The walking sound effects are very crisp. That was something that I never really appreciated in games until I played Stardew Valley, which has extremely good sound effect sounds, and now I appreciate it everywhere. It's like this light clacking, if you can hear it. I'm gonna turn up the music a little bit, maybe. Alright, so what do I need to do here? I'm probably in the wrong place, aren't I? Yeah, I don't care how long you've been here, dude. It is flickering on my end, too. I think it's because I'm recording it, and I believe OBS does something weird. I don't want to. Okay, so do I select it here, maybe? Oh, God. This is killing me. I'm gonna go to the front gate. Interesting, so it's a hub that you can walk through to kind of get the ambiance, but you can kind of take a shortcut and just fast travel across the garden. I have a girlfriend? What? I mean, alright. Oh, I think I'm going off the... Oh my god, GF. I think I'm going off on that quest that I took on earlier. Oh, junctioning. Okay, so I heard that the magic system in this game sucks horribly and is totally just the worst system out there. I enjoyed the materia system in some ways. I think it was pretty simple in the way that you could kind of put things together and you could see the effects really easily. You know, you have a Buster Sword, and that means you have 2 linked gems. Actually, I feel like Path of Exile totally ripped that off. Because Path of Exile is all about having gems, supporting gems that affect each other, like having a fire and all in Final Fantasy VII. I'm not paying attention to any of this. And having, in Path of Exile, you would have a similar thing, like you would have a fire attack, and you would have a supporting gem that boosts your magical abilities of whatever other gem there is. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so complicated. Oh my god, this is... what? This is so much menuing. So I'm a by daytime, I'm a programmer, and we make fun of the fact that like we have a lot of modals, like a lot of pop-ups. They're not pop-ups, but they're like within the app pop-ups, like in, you know, if you have Facebook and you try to I don't know, delete a status, you would have this like little message that says, are you sure you want to delete it or whatever. And we did a lot of those, and I got so much crap for it because some of the deeper nested modals were my idea. I need to show this to my coworkers so they know what the real true pain of menuing. But, you know, web application experience should not be the equivalent to a Final Fantasy strategy experience. This is horrible. I don't know what they're doing. Draw? GF? Oh, that is weird. So those are my main commands. Okay. Draw GF item. Alright. Oh, thanks. Good luck. I will need it. No, I don't want to twist. I do not want to go to the tutorial, that's for sure. Run off. Fire crown. No, I don't want to. Don't tell me about it. Let's just go. One of the things that... Oh, that's interesting. Wow. Oh my god, that is really cool. That was a really cool 3D overworld effect. She's got a whip. R1 is the trigger. Yeah, it's flickering on my screen as well. The emulation sucks. So it looks like we have the typical metered... I am pulling R1. So we have the typical, you know, metered turn-based system that's pretty common in Square games, I guess. If you've played Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VII. It was not part of Final Fantasy IV, I believe, when I played it. It might have been, actually. Wow, that victory music brings me back. I think that victory music is still there, right? Like, I haven't played 15, but I think 13 still had it. I like this overworld. It's a little bit blocky. You can tell that it's PS1 era, but you can also tell that they were really trying hard with this. This is killing my GPU. I'm gonna have to buy this for my PC soon. I did the right trigger. I did the right trigger. I don't know what it's supposed to do. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if I'm doing it right. One thing that's kind of a bummer is that they made the menu a lot, or the stats on the screen much easier to, you know, taking up less space. So you don't have half the screen with just like menu options and everything else, which I think is nice. You know, you get more of the environment to look at, better animations and stuff like that. But it says I have 485 HP out of how many? What's my total? Because that doesn't really tell me if I'm like halfway or not. I tend to use potions, like, let's say if I have a 200 HP healing potion, I will not use it until I'm at least 200 down. And with this, I have no idea how to tell. Yeah. Seems like a decent game. What I think I was trying to say earlier was that I kind of wish that I had all these PlayStation 1 games, like all the different Final Fantasies when I was younger. Mainly because now that I'm older, I don't have the time and energy to spend on it. Like right now, I'm playing for 15 minutes, and that's going to be it. I'm probably not going to play this game for the rest of the day. I might play it once or twice more this week, and I'm probably not going to have time between Final Fantasy VII and some of the other stuff. I just recently finished playing Chrono Trigger, and it took me 3 years to finish that game. I don't know where I'm going. Yeah, let's go back. They said east. Was I going west? I could have totally been going west. I'm probably in the wrong place. Yeah, so I think this game, I think, would be perfect for just like somebody wanting to play this, you know, somebody being a teenager or younger and just wanting to spend that time playing and exploring this world. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's amazing. Like now as an older adult, you know, I don't know where east or west is. Okay, so we had that building there. They said east, so I'm guessing east should be... It is really flickering. I think I'm gonna have to be done soon. But, you know, yeah, now as an adult, I don't think I'm gonna have the time to finish this game. There are some longer games that I don't mind playing, but a lot of them don't require, you know, that dedicated time to play. Like Stardew Valley, you can do 15 minutes every day and get really far, mainly because Stardew Valley is a 15-minute... Yeah, those are my kids. Mainly because Stardew Valley it basically plays in 15-minute increments, while Final Fantasy VIII... Where did I get in 15 minutes? I don't even know where that cave is. And then, you know, if you don't have a lot of time, you get frustrated if you don't make a lot of progress. I just pressed on it again. Oh, I can save here. Cool. You get frustrated when you don't get too far, or when you don't get far enough, or you get frustrated with random encounters. I used to not mind random encounters as a kid. Like, now, it is so frustrating to have random encounters. Especially in a very story-rich game that isn't super fast-paced, you know? Like, I played Diablo 2. There's not really a concept of random encounters. I guess you're just constantly fighting monsters. But that's cool, because it's a huge part of the game to do that kind of grind, and it's very fast-paced, it's a lot of fun. But here, I'm just like, I'm so close to that cave, can you just give me a break and let me get there? I understand I'm like building up my character, I suppose. I love these animations so far. The character models look great. It does, I guess in other words, it really does feel like a sequel to Final Fantasy VII in that it looks better. It feels pretty good to play it. It is very, very familiar, but new. I've heard that the story doesn't compare. I've heard that the end game doesn't compare, and I've heard that the game gets annoying. The tutorials here definitely do. So we'll see how far we get with this and what I like about it. I would love to do another review once I get further into the game, but I doubt that I'm going to play this so much that I'll have anything more to say than I've already said. Oh, thank God. Oh, so this kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy XIII, where you like build characters in a very certain way, or rather, well, I guess in FF13 you have these presets that you can switch to during battle, right? Like, I'm going to be heavy attack, low defense. I'm going to be heavy magic, heavy defense, and so on. So it's kind of interesting that you can tell it to, you know... Oh my God. Oh, so the gunblade. Let me just go look that up, because I want to see it. Let's see. I just don't want to go through a tutorial. In battle, one must press R1 while the party member is striking to pull the trigger. If successful, the hit will be critical, multiplying the damage by 1.5. Okay. I'm gonna look at my mapping. Yeah, it froze. I can't look at my mapping. I can't look at the mapping. That sucks. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day here. It was a lot of fun to play and to show off the game. If you haven't already, check out New Game Plus. They're a really good bunch of people. I will see everybody for the next vlog, which I wonder when I'll do, because I'm doing a lot more of them this month. It just comes and goes for me, I guess.